Okay, this is a test run for Soulcalibur Creation, the Soulcalibur VI. The music was quite loud, so I've turned it down to 2. It's normally at 7. I'm gonna see how this balances out with voice. So what I'm gonna do for this particular video is try to make dry Bowsette, as I believe the name. I've got some pictures of dry Bowser up for reference. And I'm probably going to do something similar to how I did dry Bowsette, which was, I think, malfested, because that gives the right kind of eyes. Yeah, I think that's what I want. Something with glowing eyes. I'm gonna be going back and forth between my chair and my computer screen as I recheck how this all looks. So something kind of orangey. Let's see if I can make that pitch black. Now, because I'm using the malfested body type, I'm not able to use my already made Bowsette as a starting point. So I'm going to have to redo all the stuff like body type and proportions. Height. I think I had it as tall. And pretty much everything can stay the same except the chest, due to what are the proportions that I typically see when I see these Super Crown characters online. Now, dry Bowser has something of a top knot, which I don't know if I can get something like that here. At least not that like sticks up at the top. That's fairly close. Maybe best. I'm gonna see how this looks just for reference, just to check it out. I actually might prefer that. Although the spikes are very Bowser. So let's stick with that for now.
Okay, so let's get.
You look nice and tough. Are you ready?
Care to let? Wanna have some fun? Wanna have some fun? Wanna have some fun? Wanna have some fun? Wanna have some fun?
That sounds nice.
Wanna have some fun?
Sure. If you're unfamiliar with the Super Crown theme, what it is basically you take just any kind of enemy that appears in Super Mario and make it into a princess. That's pretty much what it is now. How it started was just like some comic that somebody did on the internet about Bowser getting this item that apparently is an actual item in one of the games that just turns you into a Princess Peach lookalike. And once there was a Bowsette on the internet, the internet just went crazy making Bowsette versions of like all these other enemy types in Super Mario. Yeah. Haven't changed the skin tone yet. As white as we possibly can. However, it's an odd thing, but sometimes you can get whiter by going with what is on the spectrum of blue shade. Yeah, so that has a more gray look to it. And that's more what we want to go for. I'll look at makeup next. I think... Aha, this could be what I'm looking for. I don't remember if this is the right face. No, I think it's one of these down here. Which means I'm gonna have to reapply the makeup, unfortunately, but that's okay. What does this change? Okay. I think we want that to stay the same. Where am I? There we go. Can't do lipstick, but I think I'm okay with that. Now I'm first gonna try out the outfit that I did for Dry Bowsette. Just as a starting point, and then I'll decide what I like and don't like about it later on. But I'll start with what I'm familiar with and make changes from there. There isn't a lot of armor that has a specifically skeletal theme to it, so I'm improvising with what I've got. I don't know if I want to keep that. I'll go with it for now. Now, when possible, it's good to have some sort of skirt on. Because it's not... like, the Super Crown creation challenge is not just about taking a thing and making it a female. It is specifically about making it a princess, and the kind of princess that you would expect to see in the world of Mario. Is that what I gave Dry Bowsette? I'm just going to take a look at that. And speaking of starting with what I'm familiar with, I should put this shell on, because that is one of the things that I know should be staying the same. Now, I don't remember off the top of my head what proportions I had for this. On Bowsette. I think that's pretty much the size. Just bring it down the back a bit and rotate. And then there's color to sort out, and I'll do that later. Just focus on adding things for now. I think the horns are pretty much the same. I don't remember if I had them tilted with Bowsette, but I think I prefer the look of that. And then the most important piece. Something that looks like a crown. Well, that's not a good position. That's better. What I'm using for crowns now is Defender's Tiara. What I used to do was take the beetle horns and then change color and manipulate their positions and proportions until they looked something like a kind of thorny tiara. And that was the best I could get as far as crown-like things that I actually liked the look of. Because there is this crown, but it's a little ridiculous. Not very princess-like. Like when you look at the super crown characters online, they've got very like small, dainty-looking crowns. So a big honking thing like that doesn't really suit them. So yeah, something spiky would work best, but unfortunately I don't think there are any spiky chokers on this game as of yet. I don't know if there ever has been in a Soulcalibur game. But we can put something together. Something that at least fits the style of the character. You know what, the face is slightly off color and I think that's starting to bother me. Or was it somewhere around here? Yeah. That's better. So ideally what we want is spiky gloves as well, or spiky wristbands or something. And again, unfortunately there's not much. Those kind of look like spikes. I don't know if I actually want to go with a bone theme for what is meant to represent an actual piece of armor. Let's see how these look. Simple spikes are sometimes enough. This actually feels like it fits the overall personality that's forming, more so than the simplistic single spike shoulder pads. But the single spikes, and as simple as they are, they fit more with Mario's world. So let's stick with those for now. I guess wrappings would make sense. How does this look? I actually haven't experimented with Hilda's armor very much yet. Armor that comes with a specific character is usually designed with very specific armor combinations in mind, and they don't actually look all that great when put with anything else. I like the impression of creatures' feet that this gives. But I'm going to keep that for now and make some changes to the coloration. Now, how does it look if we make everything white? Not actually going to make everything white. Just want to see how it looks. Because we are going to make some things white. If I can make that gray, it may come off as silver. Should be helpful. And black for that? Yeah. Some buckles. So we'll try and make that silver. Dry Bowser's armor seems to be largely silver or black. So we'll try and go with silver for things that look metallic. And the black for things that look leather. Oh, this is actually pretty handy. Make a black wristband with silver spikes. Ish. What's this? Oh, the socks. Okay. The Dry Bowser shell is kind of a black or dark gray with red in between the hexagons, and then silver spikes. Unfortunately, I can't put spikes on. And also do the head, horns, and the crown all together. But I can give it a red, I can give it red around the rim, at least. Ah, scratch that. It's supposed to be white around the rim. Okay. Now I would like to find a way of making the wrists match the feet. Where is this? It's uneven, but I can see I can manipulate that with color changes. Yeah, a lot of this can be customized. Oh, the spikes and the fur are the same color? That's not terribly convenient for how I want to work it. I guess they should match. I'm just not sure what I want them to match as. Maybe black would be better. And now I decide if I think it looks better with or without the bandages on the legs. It's probably more in character, but not necessarily more princessy. That just seems kind of bizarre. But is it the right kind of bizarre? I want to try that and change the color around. So instead of black, these are a kind of burgundy. Actually, that's already good. Okay. Now I'm not entirely sure what fighting style would be best for this. 2B is what I used for Bowsette, so that is the most obvious one. And I think it was something like this too. And that probably fits this character as well. Like the last DLC pack came out with quite a few interesting special effects for destruction. I don't know what Golden Ghost means. I just know that what it looks like is a bunch of coins. It may be some reference that I'm just not getting, and that's okay. So before I finish, I want to make sure to make any necessary changes to the weapons. Because it's easy to do the outfit and then do the colors for the outfit and then do the weapons, and forget to change the colors for the weapons. And sometimes that's just as important. Ah, it's the chain. Okay. I think red for the slash color. So next I'll check her out in a fight. And seeing her in action may show me any issues that still need to be tweaked.
When souls collide, chaos erupts.
Wanna have some fun?
You dare challenge me? Battle 1. Fight!
So I had a look at her in combat, and I noticed a couple of things that I wasn't quite happy with. One was that the upper torso was coming across as a bit thick for a skeleton, even though the actual character is supposed to be more skeleton themed than actually a skeleton. But if something isn't looking right, then you just gotta make changes. Maybe we'll start off one section of difference at a time. We'll start off one level of difference at a time and See how that looks. I might also remove the chest of belt, or replace it with something else. But that's more of a variable. First thing I should change is I noticed that I had forgotten to change her eyes back to the coloration that I wanted after I changed the face. Well, that's a lot of difference. Just one level of colorization. So yeah, I think that's the color that I want. It's something between red and yellow. Give more of a fire coloration. And I had a look at some of the existing depictions of dry Bowsette. Again, and one thing I noticed was not necessarily skeleton faces, but skull masks. Which I don't think there is a skull mask exactly, but there is this. You can see it making it white. I'll give the kind of impression I'm looking for. I already like the look of that. Oh, there's two. There's two color slots I can change. Okay. We should experiment with that a little bit. Yeah, I like that. It doesn't quite create the impression of a skull. Or maybe from a distance it does. And I've been seeing a lot of what looks like rib cages as bras. When I look at the artist depictions that are online. But I don't think there is much like that available here. Okay, tube top is obviously not a corset exactly, but it's all I can find right now that has like not a lot of detail already existing at the front, which would leave me with more room to experiment with patterns. Well, I can probably work with that. It removes the stockings, but I think that's fine. Now when working with undergarments, you have less selection as far as what kind of colors you can do, because they want to avoid you being able to make human flesh tones on outfits that are also skin tight, for reasons of wanting to avoid it looking like nudity. But black and white, as it already is not a problem. Maybe this. They don't necessarily need to be equal size, the two stripes, but it might look better. I'll put it on an angle so that it's actually horizontal. There we go. And increase size so that it looks more like ribs. Unfortunately, it's making changes to the string as well, which just looks weird. Oh, geez. Those as well. That's no good. Okay. Scratch that, I'll try something else. Okay, tube top is what I was looking at before the bustier. I can do that without having to remove the stocking, so those will remain two separate pieces. Might not be able to make these big enough. I guess that's alright. But now the thing is, it looks very different and obviously disconnected from that skirt. So I might have to look at other skirt options. Ooh, I think I like that. Gray? Yeah, maybe we'll try that. Okay, that is revised dry Bowsette. I'm gonna see how that looks in combat now.
Wanna have some fun?
You dare challenge me? Battle 1. Fight!
Okay, taking a longer look at this design in combat, something that's bothering me visually is the stripes going all the way around. I don't know why. It just is bothering me. I feel like it needs to be isolated to the front, so what I'm thinking about doing to change that up is, since that's a undergarment, technically, I may be able to add a jacket. But I don't know which kind I would prefer. I was worried that there might not be one that would require removing the skirt, but it looks like the bolero will fit. And I'll likely have to readjust the positioning of the shell afterwards, but that's fine. I feel like I don't want as much of the front covered. I'm just going to see how that looks when I change the colors, but first I'll make some adjustments to the shell. A lot of designs just have the shell kind of resting on the tush, which is fine. It gives a more, it gives a feel more like one of those old-fashioned gowns with the like great big bottoms. But being the Ninja Turtles fan that I am, I tend to prefer it being a more up the back. What is that? Oh, okay. I think I want a box for that. And a mostly black jacket with white as a secondary color. I think I like that. So this has been making dry Bowsette in Soulcalibur VI character creation. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you later.
When souls collide, chaos erupts.
Wanna have some fun?
You dare challenge me? Battle 1. Fight! Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Battle 2. Fight! Victory goes to the last one standing. Battle 3. Fight! The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.